Hello, friends.
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. This is my
Hi. Welcome in. Happy Saturday. Hello, Neil. Hello, Brooke. Yes, Neil, I think you were first. At least first in the chat, so it counts. Whack hype. I love all the Nancy emotes. Hotchkiss one. True to my heart. But yeah, we are continuing.
Of operations.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to let Nancy talk. We're continuing our Nancy Drew series with, I always say the name wrong, so I have to look at it. Warnings at Waverly Academy. Because I always get confused with that TV show, Waverly, whatever it's called. I never watched it, clearly. But yeah, they have very similar titles, so I always get them confused. But I'm really excited for this one. As I've been trying to do, I haven't played the ones that I'm currently playing for a while. So every time I do get to play one, it's been a long time since I have played that game. So... but yes, I have played this one before. Wizards of Waverly Place. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, I never saw that TV show. I think I've maybe seen one scene from one episode or something. But wizards are cool. Waverly Academy's cool. So we're here for it. So let's let Nancy talk for a second.
If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery-solving business.
We are not new,
And be sure to check out my scrapbook.
Let's check out the
I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there. A lot of them were pretty dangerous and at times really scary. But don't say anything about that to my dad, okay?
He worries enough as it is. But yeah, we've gone through 20 games so far. How crazy is that? More than that, even. Because I played a couple of the newer ones when I started streaming. But we've gone through 20, at least in order so far. Last one was Ransom of 7 Ships. Had some opinions about it. We all know. It's okay. It's alright. We made it. So we're here for this one. Let's back up from here. We have our cute little sheep from Haunting Castle Malloy. We got our lamp. Is this a ship from Ransom? Is that what that's supposed to be? We have the mask from, was that Danger or was that Phantom? They both had masks. We know how to be a detective, so we don't need to click on that. So let's see what our mystery this time is about.
The headmistress at the Waverly Academy for Girls has asked me, begged me actually, to discover who's been leaving mysterious notes for students there and causing the strange accidents that always follow them. Ooh. So malicious was the last accident, the parents of its victim are threatening to sue the school if the perpetrator isn't identified. Fast. And so, pretending to be a transfer student named Becca Sawyer, I'm going to go undercover at the upstate New York boarding school and hopefully find the culprit. I have to use a fake name instead of my real one because if any of my soon-to-be classmates plug the name Nancy Drew into an online search engine, my cover would be blown in an instant.
Instantly.
And to make sure no one sees or hears anything that could give me away, the headmistress has forbidden me to contact her, which means I'm about to be tossed totally on my own into a world of bright, privileged, click-conscious teenage girls. This could be my scariest case yet.
So we can't even talk to the headmistress. And we are, okay, so we're pretending to be a student at this place. There's accidents. We gotta find out who's causing the accidents. Let's go. NDL, thanks so much for the host. Welcome in. Thanks for coming. All right, we're doing junior because I like checklists. HS, also welcome in and thank you for the host. You're right on time. 2 weeks ago. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Let me out! Somebody! Let me out! Let me out!
Jeez. What a way to start. Nancy is a bright, click-conscious teenage girl, yes.
Becca something. Becca Sawyer.
Becca something.
I'm Corrine, the person who stuck rooming with you. I mean, you're the person who stuck rooming with me. Anyway, welcome to our humble dwelling space.
Wow, okay. Julian is going to catch up with you on Tuesday. Oh, nice. Super close. Okay.
You don't mind having a roommate?
Not at all. The roommate I used to have, Danielle, she and I got along great.
What happened to her?
What happened to her?
She had kind of a bad experience. Got locked in a pitch black closet.
Oh, so that
overnight.
was Danielle that we just
she
saw.
was claustrophobic. So when they found her the next morning, she could barely talk.
Oh my
And when I came back from class that afternoon, she just left. No note, no call,
That would
no
be
text,
awful.
nothing. I should probably tell you, some of the kids on this floor have been getting these threatening notes from someone calling herself the Black Cat. Well, the first note's a
Black
warning, but
Cat.
if you get a second one, something really bad happens to you. And last week, the girl in the room next door, Megan Vargas, she got a second note, and that night she ate something at dinner she was allergic to and had such a bad reaction that she had to go home. Somebody's
Wow, these are
obviously
some
playing a prank.
serious
But a lot of kids are
accidents.
starting to get really freaked out. Anyway, now that you're here, first thing you gotta do is
I have a
read the
black
Waverly
cat.
Student Guide, which is online. If you don't have a laptop,
So fitting.
it doesn't look like you do. That one little bag is all you brought?
Wow, way to be so judgy.
All my stuff's being shipped from France, Lyon. It'll be here in a couple of days. But please, go on.
Anyway, you can get online by jumping on the
Anyway.
computer in the library. Just make sure you read the part in the guide about Waverly's demerit system really well. It's enforced by
Demerit
Paige.
system.
Believe me,
so
you
we
do
are going
not
back
want
to
mess with
school
her.
here.
Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, this floor is special because only seniors who are viable candidates for Valedictorian live up here. Whoever's
Ooh,
named Valedictorian
fancy.
gets a full ride scholarship to the university of her choice, so it's a pretty big deal. Of course, the only truly viable candidate is me.
Wait a minute. You mean the only
What?
girls to get notes from this black cat person are girls who are in the running to be valedictorian?
I hadn't really thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess that's right. Maybe somebody's jealous of us smart kids or something, or maybe it's one of us. Maybe
I don't
someone's
like
trying
her
to scare
already.
off for competition. Whatever. It's not gonna work on me.
Corrine, we are not friends. Okay, so we have some stuff to say.
Where's that cello music coming from?
Next door. That's Mel Corbelis.
Kinda sus. Yeah, seriously. Mel Corbelis.
Has she gotten a black cat note?
I'm not sure. Her roommate did, though. She's the one who got so sick she had to go home.
That's unfortunate.
Have you ever gotten one of these black cat notes?
Yeah, I got one about 3 days ago.
Ooh.
Really? Where'd you find it?
On the floor over there. Somebody
On
slipped
the
it under the
floor.
door during the night. I took one look at it and tore it up. But if you'd like to see the note my ex-roommate got, that one's right here.
When she got
Tore
this,
it
how did
up.
she react?
She tried to laugh it off,
Anyone
but
here
I
play
think she was
Among Us?
scared.
I have not
She was
played
pretty
it.
neurotic.
Played it.
What about the second note?
There wasn't a second note. Or at least, if there was, she never said anything about it to me.
And I tried watching someone play it, but I couldn't get into it, so I've never actually watched a whole game. But everyone's talking about it right now. What are you working on?
What are you working on? You look so busy.
Busy? That's the understatement of the year. I've got 4 days to finish a 30-page research paper that has to be fully
30-page
annotated, utilizing a
research
bibliography
paper?
that has to
Ew.
include at least 6 published, no online stuff, published sources. Any normal student would hate having to
I
bug them
hated
like
doing
this.
research papers.
But then I'm not all that normal, so you can
Do
bug
not
me
miss
all
that
you
at
want.
all.
Not that you're bugging me. Well, you are technically, but you're not really because I'm so... Never mind.
Yeah, you just.
Well, guess I'd better go start
back to
meeting
doing
people.
Your homework.
Yeah, I guess you'd better. I'm not so bad, right?
You are
What do you
actually
mean?
really bad.
It's just that, well, you're about to find out that I'm not exactly the most...
The
Never
most
mind.
what?
I'll see you soon enough.
What is wrong with you?
You're gonna get in trouble.
Oh. Alright. If you say it like that. What's over here?
Someone named Rachel wants me to come to her room.
Rachel Hubbard. She's in the room at the end of the hall.
Hello, Becca. Welcome to Waverly. Since you just transferred here and don't really have any papers due or exams to study for, unlike the rest of us, I could really use your help on this project I'm working on. Please come see me as soon as you can. My room's at the other end of the hall. Wow! So they are just getting right down to business. They're like, oh, this new girl's coming. She doesn't have anything to do. I'm going to give her stuff to do. Bess and George from Sangria Beach. Oh, we put it out. That's so cute. That's so cute. Can we, look in the coats? No. Alright. Wait. Look. Oh, I thought it was a hidden Mickey. It's not. Mr. Mingles says hi. Oh, it's a little pom-pom. That's so cute.
Whoa, watch it! Oh, your hair's on fire. No wonder you're in a hurry.
My hair's on fire?
What?
Just kidding. Red hair looks really good on some people. I'm Izzy Romero.
On some
I'm Becca
people.
Sawyer. I just transferred here.
Where are you from?
These
From the
girls
States
are
originally,
judgy.
but I came here by way of France. It's a long story.
Chouette alors. Let me have your cell phone.
We came
My
from France?
cell phone?
Yeah, so I can set you up on the local
thought we came
network.
from
It'll just take a
Ireland.
second.
Okay.
This way you'll be able to get texted and keep up on all the breaking news. There
He
you go.
just stands there
Look,
drawing
my
on a
room's on the
whiteboard,
other side
like,
of the
in
study
the
hall,
hall.
but lately I've been spending most of my time in the library.
Yeah.
So come talk to me. I'm student body president, which means when it comes to the lay of the land, I got the best map.
Unless they drew it
See ya.
and then hung it up. I feel like, because I had a whiteboard in my dorm room too, for people to write on. But I didn't usually draw stuff on it. Well, for like holidays and stuff, it was fun. Mel, help, disappearing under a mound of laundry. Can I borrow some detergent?
I'm here.
Clearly.
Who are you?
I'm Becca Sawyer. I just moved into the room next door.
Oh, yeah, you're the
I like her
transfer. The one who
vibes.
got kicked out of some school in France?
What?
What? No, I didn't.
Waverly's primary source of all wisdom and truth has been suggesting otherwise. Hey, look, I don't really care,
The
but you gotta admit it's
gossip.
kind of weird to be changing schools in the middle of your senior year, and the fewer gory details you provide as to why, the more kids are gonna talk. Or should I say, text?
Wow. They are really being super stereotypical about these teenage girls here.
So I'm the source of rumors already?
Welcome to Waverly.
Where's your roommate?
She's the one who was sent home because of an allergic reaction to something she ate after being cursed by the black cat.
Tell me more about this black cat.
Black
The
cat.
black cat is just someone playing an idiotic prank. End of story.
I don't know.
Of course, it's not the end of the story for my roommate Megan, who wound up having to go home
Yes,
sick with an
a
allergic reaction
serious
that almost
prank.
killed her. But it's still a stupid prank.
Oh my gosh, what exactly happened to her?
Look, enough about the black
The
cat.
whiteboard message
the other
on
girls can buy
Nancy's
into
room is
that
a
garbage all
reference
they
to the
want,
dossier
but the
game,
pea brain that's
Resort
behind
to
this,
Danger,
I
really?
refuse to give her the satisfaction. So if you have questions for Megan, I think you should call her yourself. 845-555-1849.
Okay, I think Nancy wrote that down, so I'm not going to write it down.
How well do you know the girl I'm rooming with, Corrine?
What is a dossier
Probably better than
game?
anybody.
There's a couple
She doesn't
dossier
have a lot of
games
friends,
that
but she's
were not
incredibly
made
smart.
by her
Plus,
Interactive.
she's a social outcast too, so we get
but
along
they're
pretty
still
well.
like Nancy Drew games. They're more hidden object type games. I've watched another streamer play them. They didn't really seem all that interesting to me. I'm not big into just hidden object games, but they're a cute little story if you're something to watch, or if you like playing those. So who are we talking about? She doesn't have a lot of friends. Oh, this is our roommate. What makes you say she's a social outcast? Who's smarter, you or Kurt?
What makes you say she's a social outcast?
She's so desperate for people to like her, she gets on everyone's nerves. Me? I don't much care if people like me or not. But Corinne? She cares a lot.
Aww.
And it shows.
You play that cello pretty well.
Poor Corinne.
Thank you. I taught myself to play when I was 10.
Well, la-di-da.
Do you play any other instruments?
Yeah, the keyboard. As in synthesizer, not computer. Although I'm pretty good with computers, too.
All right.
I'll let you get back to your music.
Sounds good.
See ya. Her curtains looked like a giant bar of chocolate for a second.
Read much followed by more. Wonder why it was spelled with 2 O's instead of 1. Is this sampler as old as it looks?
It's old, that's for sure. My great-great-great-grandmother made it. She was in the first class of students to graduate from here.
Wow.
Everybody in my family who attends Waverly has to
So
hang
she's
that
a
thing in her
legacy.
room. It's tradition.
Did your mother graduate from here?
And her mother and her mother's mother ad infinitum. I come from a long line of Waverly grads. I'm what you call a legacy. I was admitted automatically.
Fancy. Great grandma. Nancy Drew ones were made by Her Interactive, but were canceled after 2 games. Oh, they were made by Her Interactive? Okay. I thought they were made by a different one. Let's do some math. Searching for something is what life is for. To find what is hidden, read much followed by more. Well, I'm assuming more would be like an author. Lots of purple. Oh my god, it's from Train. Last Train. Can we look at anything else? Guess not. Bye! This is our room. What is that?
I'm being gossiped about already? That sure didn't take long.
Grandma's mother. Newbie sighting in Valcan Hall. Oh, Valedictorian Candidate Hall. Becca Sawyer has landed. Wow. Oh, let's, tradition in Nancy Drew games for me is to, customize the phone. So, alright, so there's that. Clock. We don't want to do anything with that yet. Settings. Here we go. Background. Dread Isle. Surf Shack. Icicle Creek. Castle Malloy. Or Bole Gardens. I'm going to go with Castle Malloy because it looks super cool. It was around 150 years ago. Let's suppose everyone had kids at 30. Wow. 150 years. So that's a long line of ancestors to be going to the same school. That's crazy. I actually really like this teal color since it's my favorite color. But let's look at the rest. Yeah, no, we're going with teal. Message sound. I do not like that. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the cow. Alarm sound. Well, I mean, we gotta have cow and chicken, right? There must be a lot of pressure to get good grades. Yeah, seriously. Messages. Okay, so now we did our phone. We just checked Mel. Is there anything else over here? No. Okay, so let's keep walking. Restroom. Let's stop at the restroom. That was face washing? Are you sure? I like this music. Alright, Izzy and Leela. Oh, Rachel, don't forget study group tonight. We need to talk
You can
to
come
Rachel.
in.
How about that? This door's not locked.
How about that?
You must be Becca Sawyer. Did you see my note?
I did if you're Rachel Hubbard.
That's me. And boy, am I glad you're here. See, I've got this web design project that's due by the end of the break. Only I've got 2 papers to write by then, too.
Oh my god, I hate her
since you're
bangs.
transfer and you won't really have anything to do until classes start, I was hoping you could help me.
I remember that always bugged me, that her bangs would always fall out and she would have to fix them. She looks like she is sick. Yeah, I know, doesn't she? Like her nose has that red, like she's been blowing it in a tissue. Ooh. She's like super pale, which you can be pale, but she does look sick. I don't know anything about web design.
But I don't know anything about web design.
I've
You don't have
designed
to.
a web
I just need you to do
before.
print work. Take pictures and
Long
upload
time
them
ago.
mostly. The pages I'm designing will be part of the Waverly School website.
Okay. But it's my first
But it's my first day. I barely know my way around.
Then this will be a great way to get oriented and meet people. I mean, you just met me, right?
Yeah, we've already
not
met like
really.
3 people.
I'm Rachel Hubbard. I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm
She
here on a
sounds
scholarship.
so
I blew a recent
annoyed.
AP Chem test, which means I probably won't be valedictorian unless everybody else totally messes up. I love dogs. I hate cauliflower. My favorite subject's math, and I am desperate.
Well,
we're
I
not
guess I
friends
could help
either.
you. Sure.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, what you need to do first is take a picture
Fix your
of all the
bangs.
valedictorian candidates. Here are their names. You have a camera cell phone, right?
Of course.
Great.
A camera cell phone. Okay. Great.
After you've taken everybody's picture, get on the computer in the library and upload them according to the instructions on that sheet. I'll check the pictures once they're up. If I want you to take any of them over, I'll leave a note for you on the
She's
page.
going to want us to
When you're
take
done,
every
report back to
single
me, all
picture
right?
over
I
like
may need
20
you to do something
times, isn't
else.
she?
In the meantime, I'm about to be
Gotta
late
go
for
eat some
a meeting with my
breakfast.
advisor,
Ooh,
so if you
enjoy
could get started, that would be
breakfast.
great. I really appreciate this, Becca. See you later, okay?
You'll have to let me know what you're having because breakfast is my favorite. All right. She's not there.
Locked. Izzy must be
Locked.
somewhere else.
Page.
Not now, please.
Oh. President and advisor. Another bathroom.
Becca Sawyer, you rock.
We're gonna get the reward for using the bathroom because I love hearing. No, that's a demerit. I'm not gonna demerit. The rec room is for the enjoyment of all students. Do not leave personal belongings in the room. Dispose of snack shop waste. Oh, we get to do the snack shop, don't we? Dispose of snack shop waste appropriately. All electronics are to be turned off when not in use. Wow. Cell phone use is not permitted in the rec room. Rec room quiet hours, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Press menu for stations. Have a safe prep week break. I'm going to write down quiet hours. Just in case. $11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Great. Menu. Menu. Poppy Data? Oh, I was like, what is that noise?
You must be the girl who came
It's
all the way from
you.
France with just the clothes on her back? Becca something?
Becca Sawyer.
I'm Leela Yadav. Welcome to Waverly.
Hello, Leela.
What happened to your wrist?
I took a really freak fall and sprained it. I'm supposed to rest it for at least a week. That's why I'm in here instead of the gym shooting baskets. Playing the games in here keeps my reflexes sharp. People think I'm just saying that, but it's true.
Okay, so
In
she's
fact,
a
let's play
sports
air
girl.
hockey. Come on! By helping me stay in shape, you'll be helping out your new school. You want to get off on the right foot here, don't ya?
Yeah, but I don't have time right now. I told Rachel Hubbard I'd
She
help her
just
with her web project.
eye-rolled.
That's too bad.
Too bad I can't play, or too bad I'm helping Rachel?
Both. But mostly too bad you're being subjected to Rachel on your very first day.
Why do you say that?
She's got this bizarre schizoid thing going. She'll say something one day, then deny it the next, or she'll do something, then claim she didn't. She's actually kind of scary. You'll see. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if she's the Black Cat. You heard about the Black Cat, right?
Oh yeah, I heard.
See, Rachel flunked a test a couple weeks ago, which means she can't be valedictorian. So maybe, in some twisted way, she thinks we're to blame and she's using this Black Cat stuff to freak us all out. Not that it's working. On me, at least. I've won state championships in both soccer and basketball. No way am I gonna let a couple of stupid notes get to me.
I think I do remember the culprit in this one, but I won't say anything.
Because you're in the running for valedictorian, I need to get a close-up of you for the school website, if that's okay.
No problem. Fire when ready.
Okay. We're gonna zoom a little bit.
Is there a problem?
Nope. You're doing fine. Perfect.
You okay over there?
Do you ever hang out with my roommate, Corinne?
Not if I can help it.
Why not?
She's just a pain. She tries so hard to fit in that it turns people off. Most people, at least. Mel Corbelis and her are friends. No big surprise. After all, weirdos of a feather flock together.
I've bugged you enough for now.
That's all right. I'm kind of waiting for my boyfriend to call. He goes to Oxborough. That's the boys' school just down the road. Talking to you helped kill the time. I'll see ya.
All right. See ya. This picture should be okay. Okay. Good. Oh, another Poppy Dada? What else is in the rec room? Some darts. Some puzzles. Do we get to play darts? Chips. Salt and pepper. Ooh. A key. A key. A key. Okay. Anything else? Snack shop. Hey, that's us. That's a bulletin for us. I can't read these. Oh. It's very dark. The Odyssey Championship. That's all we can look at. Close it. Oh. Is this what we just looked at? Yeah. Okay. Where else can we look? There's a star. Beautiful. Piano. Oh. Okay, let's write that down. I don't know what it means, but we're writing it down. I haven't even looked at our task list yet. Task list. I can't talk today either, apparently. Okay. And it looked like there was another one. Yep. And I guess we'll find out what this is for at some point. one's longer. I'm also drawing the piano keys just in case. Okay, I think I did that right. Hopefully. Oh, look at all the pictures. Alright, so let's look at what we got. Candidates. We got Izzy. Oh, we gotta upload it. Okay. Megan? How are we gonna get Megan? She's not even here. I don't know if I want to go outside yet. Just the library. You're back! How have the photos been? We've taken one. How was breakfast? What did you have? The library assistant, Kareen. I would definitely be the library assistant. I love libraries. So let's check this out. Password. We need a password? What's the password? See student, but okay. Guess we gotta talk to you.
Bonjour. Unfortunately, that and chouette alors are all the French I know. Hey, my condolences on your roommate assignment. You know, it might not be too late to get it changed.
You don't like Corinne either?
You don't like Corrine either?
Nobody likes Kareen.
Aww.
She must have some friends.
Nope. Nobody who's worth being friends with,
That's
anyway.
so
But look, don't worry.
mean.
Everyone knows rooming with Kareen wasn't your idea. As long as you don't hang out with her, nobody's gonna hold it against you.
Oh no. What you're doing right now. Yeah, right? Do you like your roommate?
Sounds like who you hang out with around here is pretty important.
Sure
Hey,
sounds that
this
way.
is the real world.
Holy cow.
It's important no matter where you are. Now, I'm lucky. My roommate's Leela Yadev,
Leela, we
athletic
just met
superstar
Leela.
and savior of Waverly's athletic program. We actually get along fine. Probably because we're pretty much equals. Everyone knows who she is, and everyone knows who I am. A word to the wise. Avoid hanging out with your roommate as much as possible.
Apparently, I need to get a password from you before I can use the school's computer.
That's right. Unfortunately,
Uh-oh.
I need to finish this DNA model before I can give it to you. Too bad, huh?
I can't get it from
I
anybody
can't
else?
get it from anyone else?
Nope.
What's your take on Mel?
All that edgy, free spirit, deep thinking stuff is just an act. She knows she can't cut it here, so she's making it look like she doesn't care.
Oh. Maybe she really doesn't care.
Maybe she really doesn't care.
Everybody cares.
This game is
what
so
other
full
people
of
think.
chores.
In fact, if they
Yeah.
don't, they're psychopaths. I just learned that in AP Psych.
AP Psych. Good for you.
Have you gotten any notes from the Black Cat?
Everyone on the Valcan floor has. The Valedictorian candidate floor. Our floor.
Got it. I know.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
Not as far as I know. Although, supposedly, there was a teacher here once, a
hair
long
keeps
time ago,
itching my
that none of the
neck,
students liked.
chest.
They were always playing tricks on her, scaring her and stuff, until one day one of their pranks gave her a heart attack, and she died.
What?
Her black cat went running off into the woods during the funeral and never came back.
Aww.
But for years after that,
Kitty.
people would spot it lurking in the shadows, and whenever they did, something bad would happen.
Is this your
They
first time
said
playing this
it was
one?
the
No,
teacher,
it's
Miss
not. I've
Hallowell,
played it.
coming back as her cat to get revenge.
I'm pretty
Somebody
sure I've
around
played
here is
it on both
obviously
senior
trying
and
to get
senior.
some mileage out of a silly
but it's
ghost
been a
story.
long time since
One
I
the
have.
headmistress is trying desperately to squelch, by the way. So remember, you didn't hear it from me.
Didn't hear it from me. Wait, why is Nancy, who just got here, in the bell can't fly like she hasn't started setting it? Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Fart Bubbler? Interesting name. Always want to check. Yeah, it's kind of weird that Nancy's just popped into the valedictorian floor. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. I'm so glad we got to hear my new follow noise. I love it, so I hope you guys love it. And welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, let's take our
Okay,
picture.
if I take a close-up of you? Rachel needs it for the school website.
Rachel roped you into helping her, huh?
Aw,
Lucky you.
people
Your
don't
first
like
day,
her
you get to spend it
either.
with every loser in our class.
They are so mean.
Ready for my close-up, darling?
Oh God, can we take one of you doing that? Do that again, please.
Just push the button already!
Got it. Thanks.
I get the impression Rachel's not one of your favorite people.
She's no one's favorite people. Even Corrine doesn't like her.
Rachel?
She seems nice enough.
She has no business being here, either socially or academically, and she knows it. She makes no
Wow.
effort to fit in because she knows she never will. Gotta give her that much.
Wow.
Any idea who the black cat is?
It's Mel. See, like I said, she's a little psycho. And black cats, strange mishaps, it all fits in with that inane goth thing she's got going. I mean, who else could it be?
It could be anybody. It could be you. All right, let's help her with
If
her
I
DNA
help you with your
homework.
DNA homework, will you give me that computer password?
Sure, you
Gotta go
bet.
back to
Excellent
school,
idea.
do homework.
Okay, here's what you need to do.
If I have to
you
write
just
an
have
essay,
to
I'm
make sure
out.
adenine is always paired with thymine and cytosine is always paired with guanine. And make sure each pair is connected to a sugar on the alternating sugar phosphate
What?
side. Just jump in, you'll figure it out. When you're done, bring it back, and if you get it right, I'll tell you the password.
Sounds good.
I need a snack. Luckily, I have a snack ready right here. Some chips. Okay, sorry if they're loud. I apologize. Let's go.
What else is going on?
I'll catch you later.
Chips. Gotta have some chips. Wait, so how do we do her homework? The Story of Four. By Moore.
Looks like I need a key.
I want that book. I want to read the book. How do we do the homework? Oh, we just do it. Okay. So how do I know which ones go next to each other? Ooh. Oh. Can yellow be next to yellow? I don't know if that's right. that. This is gonna be tricky. Move that. Ooh, this works. That works, but there's no... Oh, actually there is. Ooh. Oh. Well then, where is that supposed to go? Where's this supposed to go? Can I start over? No. I just have to take everything off to start over. Can I... Maybe I can place it nicer so I can see everything. Okay. Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, wait. Where was that one? There we go. Look at that. Hey, Jess! Doing other people's homework is ethically wrong. With her interactive. Alright, so where... This one cannot go on the top, so it has to go. Can't go there. Could go here, theoretically. We're gonna stick it there for now. Ooh, that works. That works. That also works. Oh, but I don't have... Those are the only yellow options. And I can't move that. I thought I was onto something. Darn it. Is there another... I can't move that. That won't go there. That doesn't have a pink thing. It has to... I don't know. I don't know. What else could go there? No. No. Like, that just goes. That can't. This actually goes perfectly. Ooh, okay, okay. We're getting somewhere. This is going good. I think we got it. Right? Did we do it? Where'd she go?
Finished with that DNA model?
You tell
me. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, your password is WAC35NE136.
WAC35NE136. Got it. Thanks.
What else is going on?
Got it. Thanks.
What do you think your chances are for making valedictorian?
Chance has nothing to do with it. I deserve to be valedictorian. Therefore, I'm going to be valedictorian.
Okay.
What if there's a tie for the highest grade point average?
It's not just a matter of getting the highest grades. The faculty also looks at extracurricular activities, leadership, community service, school spirit, things I totally excel at. I'm going to be valedictorian, and then I'm going to Harvard.
Thanks for all the advice.
No prob.
Nancy made a note of that in the journal. Oh, okay. Did we look at everything over here for now? I think we did. I think we did. Oh, but we can go on the computer now.
Looks like Mel got another note.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Got it.
I'm in charge of the snack shop? This should be interesting. I don't even know where it is.
Yes, you do, Nancy. We looked at it. Where does it say that? Oh. How do we know when it's open, though? Does it tell us? Black Cat and Other Post Stories has been stolen! You or Nancy once a day at least? Oh, you just go and do it? Okay. Well, that's good. Oh my god, there's so much to click on. Oh, never mind. What will happen when you finish all the Nancy Drews? Well, I'll have to play something else. I do have a couple other things that I'm thinking of playing, but any suggestions that anybody has, I'm willing to hear. But I do have a couple games that I think I want to do after Nancy's are over. We're about little over halfway. So I hope my crunching isn't too loud, because I'm hungry. Meet the candidates. The winning essay. Oh. You're reading a book about Edgar Allan Poe right now? That's cool. I read a couple of his short stories in school, and I thought they were pretty good. They were scary. Those are the only two we got so far. Oh, we probably have to tell her. Repeat until all 6 photos are downloaded. So there isn't a whole lot to click on. So much to read. I hope I don't need to read all this. Are these library hours? Double take. Ooh, we're gonna play some double take in a second. Casper? Albino squirrel? Great popcorn heist. Ransacked the backpack of some careless freshmen and caused the contents of popcorn to get blown from one of the campus to another. Aww. Save our squirrel. Aw, good job, Izzy. Videos, bless. Oh, there was things. Honesty, respect, punctuality, lights out, okay, ooh, demerits, awake in the room past lights out, wow. Climbing the tree. Is that why Karine said we would get in trouble? No, I wanted to... Seriously? Where was that? Oh, we just have to hit next? That's stupid. It's really not, but you know. Fire alarms. 5 points. I would have gotten 5-point demerit. Ooh. Credits. Posting the latest high score. We could get a credit. Okay, so we could try to get a credit. Where was that? Here we go. Go. Oh, well. I'm gonna suck at this. Where was the bunny? Wasn't there a bunny? Was there not? Oh. Where? I don't remember. Okay. Where was he? Monkey. Here's the monkey. Where's the lemur? Here he is. Oops. Oh my god. Where was the octopus? Penguin. Getting sidetracked here. Okay. Penguin. Where was the penguin? This thing. Ostrich. Oh. Snake. Frog. Pig. Where's the camel? Where was the camel? Sheep. Butterfly. Zebra. Dog. Dog. Okay, 205.
I beat the top score.
Woo!
Take that, Izzy.
Take that, Izzy. Beat you by 40 seconds. Where's our credit? Yes. Okay. Okay, I think that's it for now. Okay. Don't tell Izzy or she may try to beat it. Oh, really? Oh. We gotta talk to Mel.
It's open.
How about that? This door's not locked.
Why does Nancy get so
Becca the
excited
new
about
girl,
that?
what's going on?
Don't call me the new girl.
Do you hang out with Izzy much?
I don't hang out with her at all. I can't stand her. She's so fake and vacuous.
Didn't
It's like
she say they
talking
were
to
best
a mannequin.
friends?
How can she be vacuous and be a valedictorian candidate?
You tell me, and we'll both know.
Are you friends with Leela?
No, although I used to be. Of course, that was in grade school, before she got caught up in sports. Now all she thinks about is competing and winning and school spirit. Stuff I just find pathetic.
Do most kids like her?
I'm not a fan, but everyone else? You bet.
How well do you know Rachel?
Not well. We don't hang out.
How come?
We have nothing in common. Plus, there's something about her that's a little off.
Do you think she'll make valedictorian?
Not a chance. In fact, it's a mystery how she ever made it this far.
I need to take a close-up of you for a page on the school website I'm helping put up.
The school wants my picture on its website? Groovy. Blast away.
She didn't get upset at how long I was taking.
Who do you think the black cat is?
Guess she's the black cat.
Conversations on that subject, remember? Especially when it's so obvious that it's Izzy.
They're all like ready to blame someone else.
What makes it so obvious?
Izzy doesn't deserve to be valedictorian, and she knows it. She also knows she'll never get into an Ivy League school unless she's valedictorian. So, she has to eliminate the competition.
I need a photo of your roommate Megan for the school website. Would you happen to have one?
Sure don't. But Leela Yadav might. She and Megan have been palling around lately. Check the rec room downstairs.
Okay.
Maybe I'll pop in again later.
Door's always open.
I haven't even looked at our checklist yet.
Check. Haven't done that.
See everything there is to see in the downstairs foyer.
Still have to do that.
Call Megan.
Still have to do that. That's done. Check. Check. Can't check that off yet. That's done. Still have to do that.
Okay.
Hi. Hey, how come I couldn't find anything about you online, like on your page?
You looked me up
On your
online?
page?
Well, yeah. It's the 21st century. Soon as you meet somebody, that's what you do. And
Is it?
anyone under the age of like 30 who doesn't have something up on your page either A, has been living on Mars, or B, is seriously weird. And since it doesn't look like either of those applies to you, what gives?
I took my page down because... for personal reasons.
Well, do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Well, who is he? Where does he live? Come on, you can tell me stuff. I'm your roommate.
I'm sorry, but I'd rather not talk about him right now, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because, you know, she doesn't
So
really
what do
even
you want to
like
talk
Ned
about?
at all. Can we call Ned?
I met Mel. She's very... different.
Yeah, I think that's why we're friends. She did say I was her friend, right?
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, that was dumb. There we go, sounding all insecure and loserish again.
Yeah, actually.
Do you dislike Izzy as much as Mel does?
If anything, I dislike her more. That girl never,
Oh.
ever passes up a chance to do or say something cruel to me. She just does it because she's jealous, of
Who
course,
does?
but it's still... But it's still annoying.
Oh wow, we have a lot to say to her.
I met Leela. She was in the rec room.
She's usually in the gym, either
Is
bouncing,
he? Okay.
kicking, hitting, or throwing some kind of ball. You name a sport, she's great at it. And competitive? That girl loves to win, and almost always does.
Some really competitive people cheat. Does she?
Probably. I mean, I can't prove it, but come on. A jock up for valedictorian? No way. Something's
Why
hinky
not?
somewhere. And speaking of hinky, she started wrapping her wrist about a week ago. But is it actually hurt? Debatable.
Could she be the black cat?
Well, she's here on a scholarship, so it's real hard for me to believe she's smart enough to, 1, secretly be the black cat, and 2, divert suspicion by
Wow.
faking an injury and making herself look like a victim of the black cat. But I have to admit, it is possible.
Rachel enlisted me to help her get her web project done.
Better you than me.
You don't like her?
Let's just say she's not one of my favorite people. She's kinda flaky. Like last month, she flunked a test that took her out of the running for valedictorian. Technically, she shouldn't even be on this floor anymore.
But would they really move somebody just because they're not valedictorian anymore? Like senior year, Come on. I wouldn't want to move all my stuff just for like a few months.
Any idea where that book that's missing from the library is?
Why? Are you an Edgar Allan Poe fan?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I am.
You and me both.
You flunked a test the
Unfortunately,
other
I don't
day.
have a clue who
That's
has
not
it.
good. What was it for?
Any idea why it would be missing?
Somebody must have wanted that book and not wanted anyone to know they wanted it. That's all I can figure.
That's stupid.
Did it go missing before or after notes from the Black Cat started showing up?
Before. Right before, in fact. I see what you're getting at. It was called the Black Cat, wasn't it? That's kind of freaky.
Do you know where I can get the key that opens the special collections cabinet in the library?
You can get it from
The
me.
restricted section.
How bad do you want it?
Seriously?
Kind of bad. There's a book in the collection I'd really like to look at.
Okay, here's the deal. I'll give you the key to the cabinet if you can finish these orthographic views for me.
How do I do that?
Just figure out which views go with which object. Each object has a front, top, and side view. Those are examples in case you need them.
I can do that.
Sure.
Bring them back when you're done. Anything else?
I need to take a close-up of you for a web page Rachel's working on. That okay?
Whip out your camera and let's get it over with. Cheese.
Cheese. Does she need her hand in there?
I'm waiting.
Okay.
I've bugged you enough. See ya.
Hasta whatever.
Hasta la pasta. Okay.
That sure got around fast.
Look at our pretty background.
That's done. Can't check that off yet.
Okay. Okay. Sure. So this is the top of that. This is the side of it. And this, oh. Wait. What? This is gonna be difficult. What do they count as the side? Top. Front. Top. Side. Okay. So top, side, front. Yeah? Let's ask her.
You finished those ortho views for me?
I think so.
There you go.
Looks great.
Great.
Thanks. Here's the key to the cabinet.
Perfect.
Whatever books you take out, be sure to put them back when you're done. They're too old and fragile to carry around.
I will.
And leave the key in the lock. I'll grab it later.
Leave it
Anything
in the
else?
lock.
I'll let you get back to your paper.
Enjoy.
Wouldn't I just bring it back?
Haven't done that.
Haven't done that yet. Oh, let's call Mel. You wonder why? You wonder why what? Oh, it's a security problem. Yeah, right? Okay, so we still need a picture of Rachel. And who? Megan? You. Yeah, just Rachel and Megan, right? I think. We can call Ned. Let's call Ned.
Nancy, hi. You at the school?
I sure am.
So how's it going?
Great.
Great. The girls I met so far are bright and interesting and seem to like me.
Of course they like you.
I hope so, because I can tell already that where you fit in socially around here is huge.
Yup.
They got a pecking order going, huh?
And it is brutal.
It is
like
super
junior
brutal.
high on steroids.
Just be yourself and you'll do fine.
Be myself? Ned, I'm a detective. I'm pretty much here to spy on people. If they get wind of that...
Then why would you say
Like I
that
said,
right
just
in the
lie through your teeth
hallway,
and you'll do
Nancy?
fine.
What are
What
you
about the
doing?
case? Any luck tracking down the source of those mysterious notes?
They're being sent by someone who signs them as the
Junior
Black
high
Cat,
on
complete with a paw
steroids.
print and scratch marks. And only valedictorian candidates have been getting them.
Think someone there has a grudge against brainy kids?
Or one of the brainy kids is trying to get rid of her competition.
Being valedictorian is that big a deal?
It's a very big deal.
Super
the valedictorian
big
gets a
deal.
college scholarship. Full ride, school of her choice.
But how smart can these kids be if they're intimidated by a bunch of silly notes?
It's midterm study break. The kids who chose to stay at the school are cramming for tests and madly writing papers. The notes may be silly, but they're still distracting. And some of the accidents that have followed them have been pretty malicious.
Super malicious.
Huh? You're not posing as a valedictorian, are you?
No, I'm not.
Good.
Although I am living on the same floor as they are.
Okay.
You just had to throw that in, didn't you?
Sorry.
So what is your plan?
I'm going to search every inch of this place and question everybody I see until something or someone leads me to the Black Cat.
And in the process, you're going to be very, very careful.
Right.
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 I've met all the valedictorian candidates.
Cool. Tell me about them.
Karine, the girl
Do we
I'm
have
rooming
to?
with, she's not exactly Miss Popularity.
What makes you say that?
So far, I've only met one girl who even halfway likes her.
That's not good.
At this school, it's
Wait,
a
which
disaster.
one halfway liked her?
Keep going.
Rachel? Where's Luna? She must be sleeping.
Believe it or not, there's a goth living in the room next to
Why
mine.
do you have to say it
A
like that,
goth?
Nancy?
As in weird hair and disturbing body piercings? At an exclusive East Coast all-girl boarding school?
She's a legacy, meaning the women in her family have been attending
where is
Waverly for
Waverly?
generations. If you're a legacy, you're automatically
East Coast.
accepted. You're not automatically liked, however.
She doesn't have a lot of friends?
Doesn't seem to.
Is she into black cats?
Don't know that yet.
Maybe I'm a
don't
sucker
even
for
know
obvious
where we are.
suspects, but it sounds to me like you should find out. Keep going. Who else?
Izzy Romero
Oh my
is a
gosh, there's so
valedictorian
many.
candidate and student body president.
Is she nice?
She is to me, so far.
I like Izzy.
But that's probably because
As
I'm
far
still
as
new to the pecking order.
the students
She's in the
go.
front of it?
Oh, yeah. She rules the roost around here, that's for sure. But she's not without enemies.
Roost rulers seldom are. Keep going. Who else?
Goodness.
Leela Yadev is Waverly's star athlete, and man, is she competitive. Spends most of her time in the rec room trying to get people to play games with her.
She's a valedictorian?
Yep.
Shouldn't she be studying like everyone else?
Says she's got everything under control.
A smart jock. Good for her. Keep going. Who else?
This girl named Rachel asked me to help her with a school project.
How'd you get out of that?
I didn't. I told her I'd help her. And actually, it's a
course
good
we
thing.
did.
Gives me an excuse to go poking around, talking to people.
So what's this Rachel person like?
Well, no one around here seems to like her very much.
How come? Bad breath? B.O.? Poor taste in shoes?
Leela says she's schizoid, to the point of being scary. And she does tend to keep to herself.
The quiet loner type, huh? Better keep an eye on her.
Yep.
I'd better go before someone overhears me.
Call again soon, okay?
You got it. Bye.
Bye. Bess? Megan. We gotta call Megan.
This is Megan.
Hi, my name is Becca Sawyer. I'm a new student at Waverly, and I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions, if that's okay. I mean, I know you've been sick.
No, go ahead. I'm still kind of weak, but talking on the phone's not going to kill me.
What exactly happened to you
We
anyway?
went to the restroom,
I was
and
eating
Nancy
dinner
is
at
still
school 2
talking
nights
to
ago, when all of
Ned.
a sudden I couldn't breathe. And when I tried to stand up, I got so dizzy I fell right over. So they rushed me to the hospital, and by the time I got there, I was turning blue, and my blood pressure was down to like 40/20 or something.
Whoa.
I'd gone into anaphylactic shock. But then they pumped me full of epinephrine, so by morning I was all stable and stuff. My parents were real upset. They dragged me home with them, and they still haven't said when they're going to let me go back. I even heard them talking about suing the school. Anyway, now I'm real upset. I really miss Waverly, for the most part.
What do you mean? Is there something
We
about
don't
it
care
you
about
don't
your
miss?
anaphylactic shock.
About 10 days ago, someone slipped a note under my door. All it had on it were the words, "The black cat wants you to start packing," and a paw print with some scratch marks.
Weird.
Then, about a week later, I got another note. All it said was, "Time's up." I went to dinner the next night, and
Wound up in the hospital. You think whoever sent you that note tampered with your food and deliberately triggered that allergic reaction?
Obviously.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence. I've been to the emergency room on account of my stupid allergies so many times, it's ridiculous. And even if someone did put something in my food, I'm still here. I mean, I always recover. It's not like they were trying to kill me or anything.
Hopefully.
The thing that triggered your reaction, do you have
Plot
any
twist.
idea what
It's
it
the
was or
lunch
how it got in
lady.
your food?
But
I'm
we're
allergic
the
to
lunch
tree nuts,
lady.
almonds, walnuts, cashews. My mom's always telling me to pay more attention to what I'm eating, but I'm really bad at that.
Well, you have to be good at it if you're gonna die. Right?
Did many kids at Waverly know about your allergies before
Anaphylaxis
this
is not
last
a
episode?
joke, Megan. Exactly.
Everybody knew.
Come
School
on.
policy. That way kids wouldn't give me anything with nuts in it.
At least have
At
Epi
least
on hand.
That was the
Yeah.
plan.
If you had to guess, who would you say the black cat is?
Izzy Romero.
Why her?
Because
Okay, so
she's
that's
the
2 against
sneakiest,
Izzy.
most spiteful person I've ever known. You've probably met her by now, and I know she doesn't seem that way, but you're new. Just wait.
Could you email me your picture? I need it for the school's website.
Sorry, the camera on my cell phone died on me, and my parents don't have a scanner here. But I think Leela has a decent picture of me. Go ask her. Leela Yadav, Izzy Romero's roommate.
Thanks for talking to me.
Catch you later.
Why would she have a picture? If she's in the hospital that much, she would totally have an Epi. At least they are super expensive. Oh, really? I've only known people who've had them because of bees. Like bee stings.
Hi, this is Beth. I'm a little busy right now, but leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, okay?
Oh, Nancy was like, nope. Okay.
Can't check that off yet.
We called Megan.
Still have to do that.
Did we
Still have to do that.
anything?
Haven't done that. Haven't done that.
Nope. Okay. They're like 300 a pop? Or 200? That's a lot. And they expire every year? Wow. That's crazy.
Cuckoo want fruit.
Yeah. Cuckoo want fruit. Lulu want cake. Okay. So we need to go downstairs. Want to live? Give us $200 a year. Yeah. Jeez. Oh, we need to do the snack shop. Let's go. Snack shop boss Orientation guide. Wow. Okay. 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. I like this music. Okay. Announce that the snack shop is open. Submitted on a ticket. Make sure to scroll through the orders. Students are permitted only one each of the following items. Okay. Orders cannot be combined. Don't forget to toast the bread or bagel if requested. Any sandwich filling combination. Cookies must be baked. When an order is ready, press the pickup call button. If you filled the order correctly, the tray will be taken away. If the order is incorrect, you must remove the incorrect items and replace them with the correct ones before pressing the pickup call button again. Bell sounds and any currently placed student orders are removed when a teacher places an order. Okay. Teacher orders must be filled immediately. You may receive a credit or demerit based on your speed. You must fill at least one full round of orders per day. Failure to do so will result in 3 demerits. Completing 5 rounds in a day will order you 2 credits.
Attention, everyone. As of now, the snack shop is open.
Okay. Alright. Toasted bread. Toast. Milk.
You know, I hate to admit it, but I really like calculus.
No, you don't.
Cookie.
No, I do. I love going to that class.
A lettuce
Everybody does.
sandwich?
Mr. Harris is like the best looking teacher in the whole
Pretzels.
universe.
Orders ready.
Why does it... What?
It's supposed to
Why
snow
can't-
pretty soon.
Oh.
Blizzard type
Oh,
snow.
okay. I was like, what? Pretzels, cookie, milk, meat and tomato sandwich. Ugh. Is that it?
Food's ready.
Okay. Cookie, nuts, orange, milk,
Orders ready.
toasted bread, juice, orange, chocolate bar, chips, cheese,
Orders ready.
regular bagel, lettuce, tomato, meat, juice, cookie, pretzels. Oh, goodness.
Orders ready.
Bread, cheese, lettuce, cheese, bread, milk, apple, chocolate bar, nuts.
There. All done.
Done.
Whoa.
Oh, we got something.
Wonder what this is to.
You were looking at the Her Interactive website for a new game. And you saw that there was a 5 best cooking games category. White Wolf was one of them. I mean, okay, cooking in White Wolf was fun, but you had to do it for every meal, which got really tedious and really annoying really fast. Like if they just picked one meal of the day, it would have been fine. Doesn't seem worth it for 2 credits. Yeah, like I love cooking in Nancy games, but White Wolf got to be very excessive. Double take, we have to play it again? Alright, we need to ask Leela about Megan.
Hey, what's going on?
I was told I could maybe get a picture of
Wonder
Megan
which
Vargas
version
from
of
you.
White Wolf?
Yeah,
True.
I've got a picture of her you could use.
White Wolf
And if you
ending
beat me
is
at a game of air
bad, but the
hockey, I'll
gameplay
go
is
get it
good.
for
The
you.
ending is just repetitive. I thought the ending was kind of cool. It was a bit, like, crazy, but it was different. I don't know. I like White Wolf overall as a game. There were some parts of it that I didn't really like. Like the, I don't know. I don't have a good example. Navigating was kind of hard for me, just because I kept getting, like, turned around. Oh, okay, we need to play.
Bring it on.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
First, pick
We have
your
to
mallet.
beat her.
Then, after the game starts, hit the puck with your mallet and try to get it into
Listen,
the goal
Leela,
at my
I know
end.
how air
and when
hockey
I hit
works.
the puck towards your goal, use your mallet to block it, if you can. You can only use your mallet on your half of the table. First person to score 7 goals wins. Got it?
Got it.
Then let's get it on.
Oh. I want to be red. Oh. I'm 100% gonna get it in my own thing. I just know it. Ooh, that was close. I am so guilty of getting it in my own goal. What are you doing? I get so nervous. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Why did it have to be air hockey? Oh my goodness. This is gonna take forever. How many points do I need to get? I'm so bad at this. Yes! Got one! No! She's ready. No. Yes.
1 for the good guys.
7, okay. What are you gonna do, Layla? What are you gonna do? Where am I gonna put it? Oh, you lucked out. Yes. One of my friends used to have an air hockey table. Oh my god, look at her, she's following it. And we would play all the time. I was still bad at it though. No. I will not be defeated. Oops. No. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, I hate when I do that. Oh, no! No! Oh, no! That was so bad. 7 to win. You had a friend who had one too?
I like
she
this
did
game.
it too. She did it too. We're square. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The pressure. Oh, the pressure. Oh my god. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. Air hockey is not a sport, Leela. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, I did it again. Oops, I did it
And the winner
again.
is you. Congrats. Guess I owe
Nailed
you Megan's
it.
picture. Next time I go upstairs, I'll get it for you. Want to play
Really?
again?
No. No, I don't.
Thanks.
Need anything else?
Did you get that picture of Megan for me?
Sorry, haven't gone back to my room yet.
Sorry, been standing right in front of you for the last 5 seconds.
Are you and Izzy pretty good friends?
We get along. We're roommates mostly because we're both valedictorian candidates, and that's just the way the room assignments worked out.
So you don't like her that much?
I like her fine. She's smart, she's pretty, she's popular, she's always got a boyfriend. What's not to like?
That matters.
Is it true you're here on a scholarship?
That's right. Athletic. Full ride. Although I have to maintain a pretty high grade point average in order to keep it. Luckily for me, that's not a problem.
So it's okay if you aren't the valedictorian?
It'd be okay with the school, but it sure wouldn't be okay with me. No matter what I'm competing in, I always play to win. The nice thing is,
So she doesn't even
I
need
usually
it.
do.
What would happen if you got injured and couldn't play sports for the rest
Always
of the year?
has a boyfriend?
They'd
How
probably
often does
pull
she
my
swap,
scholarship.
though?
So not only would I not be valedictorian, I wouldn't even be able to graduate, which would really shoot holes in my future. So if I get injured again and I find out it's this black cat person's fault, believe me, she's gonna wind up injured too.
Oh, that's a threat.
Any idea what happened to the book of Poe stories that's missing from the library?
I sure don't have it. Mel, our resident goth girl, she probably does. That freak's probably working on a way to bring him back from the dead so he can autograph it.
Oh my
I better get going.
God.
Hang in there.
Be nice. Alright, so...
Haven't done that.
See if Lila's retrieved the picture yet.
Check.
What if we turn around?
Haven't done that.
Haven't done that.
Can't check that off yet.
Can't check that off yet. Okay. So we didn't do anything. We haven't been outside. Let's go outside. Hello, friend. Is it Malfoy? Secretly? He's so cute. Squirrel, too. Waverly Academy for Young Girls. Roman numerals. Directions. Oh, directors. Izzy has date.
Lila's not gonna like that.
Izzy has date for Oxborough Bash with Lila's boyfriend. Oh. Why would they just post that for the school to see? Or for the floor to see?
Locked.
Do we have so many keys? Guess that was the one. Creepy basement. Macroeconomic in French cinema. The human brain. Human brain's interesting. Science can be fun. America. Chapter 2. Regions of the United States. Sacagawea. Lewis and Clark. New England. That's me. Since the Mayflower brought the first pilgrims to the Massachusetts coast in 1620. Rustic, yep. Most renowned learning centers, including Yale, Harvard, Dartmouth, and Brown. Acadia National Park. Matt wants to go there. Be nice. Vermont's Maple Forest. I love Vermont. Mark Twain's house in Connecticut. Historic Boston. Mid-Atlantic. Home to the wealth of historical sites, including most iconic figures located in the waters separating New York and New Jersey. The Statue of Liberty has been welcoming immigrants on their way to Ellis Island since 1892, along with neighboring Pennsylvania's Independence Hall, where the Declaration of Independence was adopted, and Washington, D.C., our capital since 1800. Southeast. Referred to simply as the South. This region's Confederate and cotton plantation past is well known. Agriculture remains one of the economic foundations of the area, while rich cultural centers like Louisiana's New Orleans and... Excuse me, I was reading. We're gonna get caught after hours. We have to go back. Oops. Darn it. Darn it! Let's save. Just in case. 93, 41, 1. Just writing some numbers. New Hampshire, where you grew up, but not on the West Coast now. But you're on the West Coast now. Oh, you grew up in New Hampshire? I like New Hampshire. I almost went to school there. So you're a New England native. Uh-oh.
Looks like I need a key.
I need a key. Are we supposed to go to sleep? Oh, it's 5:11. What do we need to do?
That's done. Can't check that off yet. Still have to do that.
Oh, we could do that.
Still have to do that. Haven't done that. Haven't done that. Can't check that off yet.
Alright, so let's check out... Where was it? Okay, so this one's okay. Perfect zoom, bad pan? Really? Okay. Download. Download. So we can delete these now. Did we upload? Yeah, we did. So we can delete this one. Alright, so that one they didn't like. Bad pan? It's panned perfectly. What are you talking about? Alright, so we still need Leela, Megan, and Rachel. Story of Four by Madeline Moore. Rita Hallowell. Alright guys, are we ready for some reading? More reading? The accolades Waverly Academy routinely receives for its literature program are due in no small part to Rita Hallowell. She was born in 1831 in Baltimore, Maryland, the youngest of 4 children. As soon as they could reach the cash box, Rita and her siblings were put to work in their parents' general store. As a result, Rita learned reading, writing, and arithmetic at a very young age, and neither received nor required any formal education. But reading soon went from being a necessity to a passion, and by the time she was 12, she was secretly devouring every book and newspaper that entered the store. Like, eating it? I don't know if devouring would be the word I would use. While on a rare family trip to New York City in the summer of 1846, Rita witnessed a spirited public debate between Edgar Allan Poe, whose poem The Raven was receiving a wide acclaim, and one of his critics. Their lively discussion awakened in Rita a longing to study the literature that enthralled her, and to her family's shock, she refused to return home with them, demanding her inheritance so she could attend New York University. Her father refused, so Rita left to pursue her dreams on her own terms. But after 2 years, she found herself in financial straits and returned to Baltimore. Her parents forced her to enroll in the nursing program at Washington College Hospital, a local hospital with a poor reputation. There, between classes and duty rotations, Rita continued to read and study literature as best she could on her own. In 1849, Poe, who had become one of Rita's favorite writers, was admitted to the hospital, incoherent and deathly ill. Though little is known about his brief stay in the hospital, Rita no doubt spent every free moment at his bedside before he died days later. The exact cause of his death was unknown then and is still debated today, but shortly thereafter, for reasons known only to her, Rita suddenly left Baltimore, never to return. She traveled upstate, finding work as a teacher at several schools until she became a founding faculty member at Waverly Academy in 1866. For the next 6 years, she taught literature tirelessly. Outgoing and animated in the classroom, Rita was quite the opposite when not teaching. Her refusal to interact socially with students and faculty members alike caused many to speculate it was because she had a dark, perhaps even sordid past. Where is this school, though? When she died suddenly at the age of 41, rumors flew that her death was the result of a cruel practical joke perpetrated by a student who took exception to Rita's eccentric behavior. The fact that her beloved cat disappeared on the day of Rita's funeral, only to reappear for years afterward whenever something strange occurred at the school, only added to Rita's mystique, making her the most controversial and most colorful of Waverly's 4 founders. Board of Directors: Jebediah Ramsey, Mabel Whittier, Esther Abbott, Harriet Ramsey, Rita Hallowell. Cool. Which one's Rita? Okay. We read it.
Still have to do that.
Figure out how to close up that square. Like, okay.
Can't check that off yet.
Can't
That's done.
check that off yet.
Haven't done that.
But we did.
Still have to do that.
Are you sure? Are you sure? How do... Okay. We need to play the game again. New York is where this is. Oh, okay. New York. Hi, V. You've been lurking and painting, but Waverly is in upstate New York. Speculated Albany or Buffalo area. Okay. I've been in upstate New York. I hope your Saturday's going nice, V. What are you painting? Alright, we need to beat, what's her name? I don't know if any of them have repeated. Wait, did we just see a snake? We did. Stop it. Camel. Camel. What was this? Lemur. Did we see a lemur? There was a butterfly. Dog. Monkey. Oh. I saw that thing. Where was it? I know I saw it. Of course, it's like one of the last things. Lion. Where was the lion? Oh, wait. I'm getting confused. There's the lion. Monkey. Monkey. Lemur. Penguin. Cow. Cow was somewhere. Zebra. Nope. Where was the zebra? There's the zebra. I don't think I'm doing good this time. It doesn't feel like it. Pig. Dog. Cow. 232. Well, that was not good. We have to beat 203? You painted your bathroom so good that your parents asked you to do theirs. Oh, well, that's fun. Painting's fun, I think. We're still looking for houses, but if we end up having to paint, I don't think I'll mind. All right, let's try again. Ugh, I hate how they shuffle it. It makes it so much worse. I'm so bad at remembering which ones we've seen. And then I just end up looking at the same ones. Giraffe. Did we see a butterfly? Oh wait, camel. Butterfly. Camel. Where was the camel? Camel. Lion. We just saw a lion. Penguin. We just saw a penguin. Where was it? Oh, squirrel. Where's the squirrel? Ostrich. Wait, rabbit? Bat. Where's the bat? Bat. Rabbit. Sheep? Wasn't there a sheep somewhere? I don't know. Oh, wait. Frog. I don't know how we're doing on time. Where was the sheep? I don't remember. Where was the cow? There's the cow. Oh, well that worked out. Elephant. Elephant. Ooh. Pig. Where was the pig? This one. Monkey? Oh, monkey? Zebra? Lemur? Oh, we did really bad that time. How are we gonna beat 203? Do we need to? No, I don't think we need to. I thought we had to. Alright, so who do we need to retake? Leela. We need Rachel still.
It's only fair to warn you.
I don't think so, but you
I'm
can
not
if you want.
in a very good mood right now.
Because of
just come
Izzy
back
and your
later.
boyfriend?
Of course, because of Izzy and my boyfriend. How could she do it? Did she think I wouldn't mind if she started dating Jacob? Did she think I wouldn't find out? My gosh, it's all over
roommates.
school.
You had no idea Izzy was interested in him?
I'm not stupid. I could tell he was on her radar. The way she'd look at him and flirt her brains out with him. I just never figured she'd actually make a move on him while he was still dating me. I mean, who does that to their own roommate?
Have you confronted her yet?
No. And
No.
you know what? I don't think I will. I'm just gonna act like nothing's wrong. If she's got the guts to bring up the subject, fine. But I'm not gonna say a word. I'm gonna let her wonder just how and when I'm going to get back at her. Because I will definitely get back at her. In the meantime, I'm just gonna shake it off and get back in the game.
Get
What's
your head
up,
in
girl?
the game.
I need to take your picture again. You mind?
Go right ahead. Fire away.
Okay, so zoom was fine.
You okay over there?
Did you get that picture of Megan for me?
I've got
She
it right
sounds
here.
very
But the
cat-like
only way
right now.
you're
She
going to get it
does.
from me is by beating me at Scram.
Scram.
What do you say?
Same as before. Bring it on.
Yes. Okay. Each game has 2 rounds. You play one round as the blocker and the other round as the scorer, and you take turns throwing the darts. First, the blocker throws 3 darts, then the scorer throws 3 darts, and so on. Now, the object of the game is for the blocker to end the round by landing a dart in any section of all 20 numbers, while the object of the game for the scorer is, naturally, to accumulate as many points as possible before the round ends.
I assume that hitting the
Okay.
bullseye is worth 50 points and hitting the ring outside it is worth 25?
That's right. Once
Okay.
all the numbers are blocked, the rolls
Darts
are reversed,
is
and
also
you
not
play
a sport.
another round. After 2 rounds, whoever has accumulated the most points wins.
Ooh, I keep
Just
hitting
like
the
in
chips.
regular darts, the harder the section of any number is to hit, the more points you get.
Okay.
So, you ready?
I'm
Yes.
ready. Game on.
Need to put my gloves
So,
back
in this
on.
round, you're the blocker and you're going to try to hit the high numbers so they get crossed off the score list. I think I got it. Okay, so now it's my turn to
shoot.
throw and I get to score. Guess I better go for the high numbers before you take them out.
I'm trying to hit the 25.
Gosh, I'm good.
Ugh.
Nailed it! Gosh, I'm good.
I'm gonna lose. Okay, let's, I guess, try to get those at least.
Bingo!
Wait, why didn't that count?
All right!
Why isn't that counting? Do I not cross them off?
Blew that.
Okay, so I guess I don't cross them off. I just get the points.
That
But
works.
it is worth 15. Okay.
Bingo! That works.
Gosh, I'm good.
I think I get it. Darts is a sport.
Yes!
Okay, so 13's the highest we can get now.
All right!
Gosh, I'm good.
11.
All right! Bingo!
Nailed it!
Nailed it.
Gosh, I'm good.
Okay, 7.
Bingo! I did it!
Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
4.
That works.
Nuts. Blew that.
3. 3's over here.
That works. I did it!
How do we know if we beat
I'm
her?
blocker this round.
Okay, okay. Alright, so we got the 50.
All right!
Got the 25.
Bingo!
And got 20. We're nailing it.
Gosh, I'm good. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right!
19. 18. 17.
Gosh, I'm good. Nailed it!
16. 15. 14.
Nailed
Think we'll
it!
win? I hope so.
All right!
Nailed it!
Uh-oh, she's catching up.
Nailed it!
Ooh, she might win.
Gosh,
I
I'm
win,
good.
You lose.
Want to play again?
Yeah, I guess.
Sure.
Okay, so she didn't... I gotta get the bullseye. Don't get it! Don't get it! Miss!
Yes!
Darn it. Alright, so 18, huh? We're doing way better this time.
Yes!
Now that I actually know how to play. Oh, okay, 15.
That works.
Gosh, I'm good.
No, you're not. I'm better.
Nailed it! Nailed it!
I think we'll win this time. What do you think?
All right!
Six.
Yes!
That works.
Yeah? All right. Nailed it. How come Nancy doesn't say anything?
Nailed it! Gosh, I'm good.
All right! All right!
Okay, she does say stuff. It's just not as cool as
Gosh, I'm
Layla.
good. Nailed it! Gosh, I'm good.
I did it!
Because Nancy doesn't need to announce it every time she makes it. Yeah, we're definitely winning this round.
Yes! Yes!
Okay. 4, 3, 2.
Oh yeah!
Get your 1 point.
Nuts, you beat me. Here's
Thank
the photo of
goodness.
Megan you wanted.
Great.
Oh, Megan's cute.
Looks like I'll have to take a picture of a picture.
Oh, all right. Fabulous.
All done. You can keep it. Thanks.
What if it's not good enough?
Want to play again?
No.
No thanks.
Need
No, I
anything
don't.
else?
No.
I'll let you go.
Hang in there.
Is she the emo one? No. Mel is the emo one. Do we need to snack again?
Okay, everybody. Snack shop's open.
Snack shop. Bread. Lettuce, tomato, meat, cheese.
I have got such a crush on Mr. Harris. I can't stand it.
You and every other girl at Waverly.
Orange,
Not every girl.
chocolate nuts.
Oh,
Order up.
I'm sorry. You're right. Just the ones who take calculus.
Pretzels. Orange. Cookie. Juice. Tomato. Tomato.
But he's not really what you'd call hot, you know?
Order's ready.
Well, if she doesn't want him, I'll take him. I think he's a dog.
Lettuce. Bagel. Water. Orange nuts.
Food's ready.
Pretzel. Orange. Chocolate bar.
Come get your order.
Toasted bread. Chips. Apple. Let's see. Cheese, lettuce. Cheese and lettuce?
There. All done.
Nailed it. Mr. Harris? Can we just do the snack shop whenever we want?
That's done. Still have to do that. Did that. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet. Haven't done that.
Okay. What time is it? 7:56. Where's Rachel?
It's not locked.
It's already open.
Nancy, why do you have to say that?
Hi.
Hi, I'm Becca Sawyer. Remember?
Sorry, I totally blanked on your name. You get all the pictures
Fix your
uploaded?
bangs.
Not yet. For one thing, I need to take a picture of you.
Oh, right. Let's do it.
Perfect.
So, what's the holdup?
Nothing.
Fab.
Got it.
Listen, be sure to let me know
Cheese
when you
and
get all the
lettuce
pictures
is
uploaded,
perfect.
okay? I can't remember. Did I tell you not to bother with Danielle Hayes' picture?
No, but her name's been scratched off, so that's what I figured.
Sorry, my mind is going all this paper writing, which I kind of need to get back to.
Then get
I'll
back
go
to
so
it.
you can get back to work.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, one more question. Who do you think the black cat is?
I haven't gotten any notes, so I don't know and I don't really care. See ya.
All right, bye. Okay, so we need to upload her picture and Megan's. Where's the library? This way? Where is it? There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is annoying. Okay. So, Corrine and Mel.
It's open.
How about that? This door's not locked.
Hashtag such chores much now. Much well. New plot twist. The black cat wants to date Mr. Harris, but there's too much competition.
What's the word?
I need to take your picture
Alright, so
again.
we need to zoom out
Groovy.
on this one. So like that.
So take the picture.
I did.
I called Megan Vargas.
Yeah? How is she?
Not great. She really misses this place.
More likely she's concerned about falling behind in her schoolwork and not making valedictorian.
You two are roommates, yet you don't seem to be friends. Why
It
is
happens.
that?
We're just not, that's all.
It happens.
Do you by any chance have a library book called The Black Cat and Other Poe Stories?
The one that's missing from the library? Sure don't. I've never been much into Edgar. He's a little over the top, even for me.
I'll let you get back to your music.
Drop in any time.
Okay. And we also need a picture again of
What's
our
up, roomie?
roommate.
I need to take your picture again.
Cheese.
And this one was a bad pan.
Could you speed it up a little?
No. I feel like that looks exactly the same.
I've bugged you enough. See ya.
Suit yourself.
Wouldn't want to be ya. Alright, so let's upload those. Bad framing, zoom out. Leela, okay. Wait, didn't we take hers again? Yeah, we did. Okay. So let's go take Rachel's again. This is the worst. How do I get there? Oops. Oops. Shh. Don't worry. If you were the black cat and wanted to get away with it, attack yourself second to last. Therefore, people would think it was the only person that was not attacked. Then you would be healthy enough to come back since you don't actually have any damage. That is very true. That is very true. Alright. Rachel.
It's not locked.
How about that? This door's not locked.
We know, Nancy.
You're here to take my picture over, aren't you?
Yes. How'd you know?
Remember, come back when you've got them all uploaded.
Got it. Are you serious? Perfect zoom, bad pan? I think it's perfect pan. Bad framing, zoom out. They're gonna hate me. They're gonna be like, this girl can't even take a picture. What's there?
Hey, what's going on?
I need to take your picture again. You mind?
It's like the fifth
Go right
time
ahead.
she announces
Fire
the door
away.
is not locked. Like, we get it already. Alright, so she didn't want this one zoomed in very much.
I'm waiting.
I better get going.
Hang in there.
I like how it waits until their faces go back to normal. Hi, Bug.
I'm here.
How about that?
How
This
goes it?
door's not locked. I need to take your picture again.
Groovy.
Groovy. Perfect zoom. Okay, so we had perfect zoom. Maybe she wants it like that.
I better get going.
How's
Door's
the
always
Nancy on this
open.
beautiful November day? It's going. It's going. I mean, we're stuck taking pictures over and over again. That's kind of the worst part. But we've gotten so much done, I feel like. Oh, good. These are all good. These better be fine. If we will, like, walk away. Let's go talk to
How's it going?
Izzy.
What's this about you're stealing Leela's boyfriend?
The guy asked me to Oxborough's holiday bash, and I said yes. Big whoop.
Hi, Luna. Were you sleeping?
You didn't have a steady boyfriend already?
You want to come
Not
say
as far
hi?
as I was concerned.
It's the perfect one for you to
Look,
come say
I
hi.
don't steal boyfriends, okay?
Come here.
I don't have to.
Come here.
Guys are just naturally attracted
She
to me.
is so sleepy.
I know how
She
conceited
must
that
have just
sounds, but
woke
it's
up.
the truth. Leela had her chance with this guy. She couldn't cut it, so now he's into me. She's just gonna have to deal with it.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. She's like, I gotta jump. Are you serious? Come here. Come on, the people want to see you. Oh. Ugh. You're so heavy. You're so heavy. I don't even know if you can see her. Here, you chill in my lap. You gonna chill in my lap? Bella's lounging in the sun upstairs. She's chilling in my lap now. I don't know if I can... Can I adjust the camera so you can see her? Let's find out. No, I don't think you can. I'm gonna fix it. Is that back to normal? You saw her? Okay. You chillin'? Are you gonna fall asleep now?
The Missing Book of Stories by Edgar
saw a
Allan
glimpse
Poe.
of a head.
Do you by any chance know where it is?
No. No offense, but some of the questions you ask are kind of strange.
I read your blog on the school
she's giving me
website.
kisses.
Oh yeah? You like it?
I thought it was awesome.
Okay,
Gotta keep my
Nancy.
name out there, you know. And my face. I mean, it's doubtful some rich, powerful person is gonna be checking out Waverly's website,
Oh,
but
thank
you never know.
Thank you for the kisses.
Did you see that I beat your double take score?
Well, enjoy the sweet taste of victory while you can, because you won't be on top for long. Winning is something I'm real good at.
You already beat me,
I'll
girl.
catch you later.
See ya.
See ya. All right, let's go check our photos. Good. So now we can go talk to Rachel now that they're all done. Let's save real fast. Oh, we got a thing.
Sounds like the black cat
She's got
stalking
black cat.
Izzy.
Uh-oh. No, I wanted...
You can come in.
It's already open.
Get it, Nance.
Hey, you got everyone's picture
Where you going?
uploaded.
Sure did.
Silly?
Fab.
Where you going?
Now I need you to lay out the web page. Just get back on the computer, log in, and click on the Meet the Candidates link again. It'll take you to a description of exactly where I want everything to go.
No problem.
I'll check the page when you're done to make sure everything's kosher. If anything's in the wrong place, I'll leave you a message describing what needs to be fixed.
Okay.
And once the layout is perfect,
Report back to me, because I'll probably have something else for you to do.
I knew you were going to say that.
In case I forgot to say
I
it
can see
before,
little ears.
I'm really grateful for your help.
Thank
Maybe
you for
someday
the
I can return the favor.
kisses.
Don't worry about it. It'll be nice just having you as a friend.
Right.
Aw, she's so nice. Okay, so back to the library. Wait, what time is it? 9:03 p.m. What?
Plagiarism?
Alex got busted for
Is that true or is it just a
plagiarizing?
rumor?
Alright, so where are we going?
Still have to do that.
Meet the candidates. Oh goodness, okay. Criminals! Each column contains only one of the following. Megan, third spot, Boston, New York, art and math. Okay. Stop! You get 1 credit for enhancing the school website. Great! Put Izzy and Mel as far apart as possible. Okay. Kareen is immediately after the girl who chose bio, but somewhere before Izzy. Do not place roommates side by side. Megan's from Concord and loves history. Mel used to spend summers visiting Leela's Rhode Island home. Alright, so if we're gonna put the girls as far apart as possible, we're before Izzy. So let's put Izzy at number 6 and Mel at number 1, just to get them apart. Logic puzzle. I like these kind of puzzles. Hi, Luna. But they can be tricky. The girl who enjoys English is from Boston and is immediately before the girl who loves history, but somewhere after the one who picked math. Oh, goodness. Biology and psych students are roommates. Well, the only roommates... Megan was Mel, so it could be Mel and Megan, or it could be Izzy and Leela. Rachel loves math is from Pittsburgh. Ugh. I have cat fur all over my gloves now. That was a mistake. That was a mistake, and I just washed these, Luna. My goodness. Oh, the joys of having a floof. Okay, now it's all up in my nose. Let's see. So Megan is not the 3rd spot. We know that. So we could put Megan not there, because roommates are not side by side. So she could be here, or she could be there. Megan, let's put their names with their things. So Megan is from Concord and loves history. Okay. Thank you. Kareen is immediately after the girl who chose bio, but somewhere before Izzy. So theoretically, Kareen could be here or here. Biology and psych students are roommates. So that's got to be Leela and Izzy. I would assume Izzy is psych because she is an AP psych. So we're just going to guess that for now. Which means this would be Leela, this would be Kareen. Let's put Rachel here. And then that would mean your biology. Boston English. It's from Boston and is immediately before the girl who loves history, but after the one who picked math. But she loves math. Yeah, Rachel loves math. So, shoot. Who chose bio? I don't know. Rachel loves math. So then... But Mel and Izzy can't... Unless they're opposite. They could be opposite. Rachel's from Pittsburgh. Leela's from Rhode Island. Okay, so psych and biology are roommates, though. Okay. Alright, so Izzy and Mel are as far apart as possible. Kareen... Hey, no, don't bite that. Kareen is immediately after the girl who chose bio, which is correct. But somewhere before Izzy. Okay, so that's not right. What are you doing? I'm closing that. Bye! Now I have black cat fur all over me. I've been spotted! I've been attacked! My goodness, so much fluff. It's okay, I gotta vacuum later anyway. Alright. Megan is from Concord, loves history. So, Kareen is immediately after the girl who chose bio, but before Izzy. I mean, they're not really that far apart, but... She must be from New York. Do not place roommates side by side. That's fine. You love the fluff. I do love the fluff. I just don't like it on my hands. Mel, so Leela's Rhode Island. The girl who enjoys English is from Boston and is immediately before the girl who loves history. Oh, shoot. So maybe let's switch these. Oh, no, but... Because Kareen is before Izzy. So let's put Leela first. Kareen second. Okay, so let's go through it again. Izzy and Mel as far apart as possible. Kareen is immediately after the girl who chose bio, but somewhere before Izzy. Do not place roommates side by side. Okay, good. Megan is from Concord and loves history. Leela's Rhode Island. The girl who enjoys English is from Boston and is immediately before the girl who loves history, but somewhere after the one who picked math. Okay. Ooh. So then... Oh, and she's not third. So... Shoot. So maybe Rachel's first? And then... Leela. And then Kareen. No, that doesn't work. Because now they're right next to each other. Biology and psych students are roommates. Alright, so hang on. Izzy and Mel, as far apart as possible. Kareen is immediately before the girl who chose bio. Kareen is immediately... Oh, wait, I'm reading it wrong. Hang on. You think you solved it? Kareen is immediately after the girl who chose bio, but before Izzy. Okay. Before Izzy. So, let's switch these two. Before Izzy. Okay. Roommates are not side by side. They're not. Okay. Megan is from Concord, loves history. The girl who enjoys English is from Boston. Before history, after math. Okay. So then move them all down. Okay, so let's go through it again. So Megan is not the third spot, and then the rest is fine. Izzy and Mel, far apart as possible. Kareen is immediately after the girl who chose bio, somewhere before Izzy, so that's fine. Roommates are not side by side. Fine. The girl who enjoys English is from Boston, immediately before history, after math. Biology and psych students are roommates. Rachel, who loves math, is from Pittsburgh. I think I got it.
That should do it, I hope.
Okay.
Haven't done that.
All right. So we need to talk to Mel and Rachel. What time is it? Oh, we need to go to sleep. 11. She's already asleep. How do we go to sleep? Nancy, go to sleep. Oh, we have to set an alarm, don't we? When should we wake up? Like 7?
What was that?
Everything's all right. Just
Is it?
Go back to sleep. Anyone who leaves the room gets 5 demerits.
Ooh. Don't leave your room. Day breaks. We still gotta check the basement. We haven't fully looked at the basement.
What's up, roomie?
I'll see you in a bit.
Later.
Later, Gator. Okay. So we need to talk to Mel.
Come on in.
It's not true, if that's what you want to know.
So you didn't plagiarize that paper?
Of course not. I mean, I may bend the rules now and then, especially the stupid ones, but I have never cheated on a test or turned in a paper somebody else wrote, ever.
I believe you.
Can you prove that you didn't?
I'm not allowed to try. They've locked my computer account to make sure I don't mess with anything on Paper Trail.
Paper trail?
Papertrail.edu. It's a website all the teachers here go to when they want to compare a paper that's been handed in with papers available on the internet. Students aren't supposed to know about it. Mrs. Arlington, that's my art history teacher, she matched my paper with something on Papertrail. Not only is it insulting that they'd think I cheat, but that I do it in such a way that I was sure to get caught? Come on, I am not that stupid.
Is it true you recently got a second note from the Black Cat?
Yeah, I got the first note the day after Megan left. If I could just get online, I could clear all this up, but I can't. And whoever this Black Cat person is knows it. This is just so frustrating.
I bet.
Unless... Becca, look, I'm not anyone's favorite person at this school. The kids, the teachers.
You're
if I
all
get kicked
right.
out, nobody's gonna care. But I don't deserve this, and I need help. Just before the school booted me offline, I got a glimpse of the IP address of whoever posted the paper I supposedly plagiarized. I didn't get a chance to write it down, but I do remember that none of the digits in it repeated. See if you can track it down.
Oh,
That's all I'm
goodness.
asking. Could you do that? Please?
How are we supposed to do that?
I can do that. Sure. Hunting down the facts is kind of a hobby with me anyway.
Here's the paper I got back from Mrs. Arlington. Just go to the academics page on the school website and look under resources for Papertrail. If you enter a data source code, it'll tell you the IP address of the person who posted the paper I allegedly stole from.
Okay. So... Alright, so go to the academics page on the school website and look under resources for Papertrail. If you enter a data source code, okay, so we need to enter in these numbers. We'll get the code. The code can't have any repeating numbers. Got it. Oh my god, there's so many.
Thank you, Becca. Oh man, just knowing someone's on my side is a huge relief. Anyway, what's new with you?
Nothing. I'll let you get back to your music.
Drop in anytime.
Okay. And we need to talk to Rachel? Yes. Nope. 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 Nope.
That's not very nice. But then gossip seldom is.
New girl lost her luggage on the way from France. That's not really gossip, Nancy. That's true.
You can come in.
Someone didn't lock their door.
There are only literally 1 billion possibilities.
Becca, nice job on the layout.
Becca!
Thank you. What's next?
Next, I need you to take a few more pictures.
Oh, goodness.
Here's a list. They're all things that are special to Waverly Academy somehow. Iconic, I guess you'd say. They can all be found on the school grounds. The only one that might be a little problematic is the picture of Rita Hollowell and her cat. She was one of Waverly's founding teachers. There's a couple of references to the picture in the school records, but it hasn't been seen in eons.
Then why would you put it on the list?
If you can find it, and I can get a photo of that photo up on the website, it would be such an incredible coup that it might even put me back in the running for Valedictorian.
I'll give it my best shot.
Except I'm the one who would get credit. Okay. So the tree, trophy, U.S. map with handcrafted wooden states. We haven't seen that. Entry arch to Waverly, wooden inlaid school emblem.
Upload them like before. I'll check them when they're up, and if I see any problems, I'll leave a note for you on the page.
Stupid
Come back to me when you're done.
pictures.
Guess I'd better get to
You
work.
love this game.
So long.
I like this game. I don't know if it's one of my favorites. We'll have to see once we keep going with it. Are they just never in their room? Whose room is... Oh, yeah, this is the bathroom. Let's go to the bathroom.
Cooper wants food.
No, she doesn't. Leave her alone. Alright, so what do we need to do?
Still have to do that.
We have so
Check.
much stuff.
Can't check that off yet. Check.
Okay, so we need to go back outside. We need to check out the cellar again.
Check.
Okay, we did that. Oh,
Check.
okay.
Can't check that off yet.
Okay. Alright, so let's go back outside. We could do the snack shop too, I think. Because we have to do that every day. Oh, here's the, Can we even get a good picture of this? No, she's gonna hate that zoom. It's probably within the green squares, huh? So let's try that. Yes. So now if we look at our photos, I mean, it's the whole thing, though. Okay. Outside. Is this the arch?
I can't leave yet. There are still too many strange things going on
Nancy,
here.
be quiet. Paige knows you're the only one who updated the website, but Rachel gets credit. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. Hang on, I need to move. Ooh. My keyboard. Okay, there we go. So I can see the chat better. This must be the arch? Entryway? That looks good to me. What else? The trophy, which is not there. Is it on the other side? Yeah. Is this the first place trophy? Wait. First academic win trophy. It's the only trophy we can look at. Perfect. Can we go in here? I think that's where the map is. What else do we need to do? Oh yeah, we need to go outside. Completely forgot. We need to get a picture of the tree. How do we... Right? Courtyard oak tree. Beautiful. We need to look at the thing.
This cornerstone looks different than it did in that book.
Yes, that is the arch. You need to take a picture. Okay, good. Oh, we need to cover it up. Oh, I see. I see. I don't like this rotating, the way that it rotates. I don't like it. I don't like it. How? That looks exactly like how it started. How are we supposed to... How? That fits right over that. Ooh. This looks promising. Alright, how can we get this? We need... Oh. Oh. Right there. Nailed it.
Well, hey, little guy. What's
Hello,
up?
friend.
What are you doing? Hey! Come back here!
Oh my god, the squirrel noise from freaking
He must have some
Danger by
kind of
Design.
nest up there.
Okay. If you wish to forget anything on the spot, make a note that this thing is to be remembered. Oh. That's interesting. I do not wish to forget, but others must before the day comes when it is safe to be recognized for what I have done. Over a decade has passed, yet I continue to feel as if someone was watching, about to expose me for the villainess I in some ways am. Poor Usher, my beautiful cat, is my sole comfort, but he continues to dislike our new home. Even the warmth of his favorite lamp no longer calms him unless accompanied by the piano rendition of their musical narration. First low bass, then coloratura. I'll write that down. Not sure what it means. Okay. Goal! Oh, goodness. Experience has shown, and a true philosophy will always show, that a vast, perhaps the larger portion of the truth arises from the seemingly irrelevant. Indeed, a day spent afield sketching a beautiful raven has allowed me to discover this for myself. Its cousin the crow is not nearly as noble a creature, but how to tell the two apart from a distance? Close observation of the wedged tail, large bill, shaggy breast ruff, and an elegantly long primary feathers lead to a wondrous conclusion. Reconstruction of these United States will lead to an even more wondrous conclusion, but that is the subject for a altogether different classroom. Interesting. So is this a crow or a raven? This must be a raven, right? Yeah, she sketched a raven. Till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. The raven. To have known Edgar Allan Poe is to have known genius. Though it's now obvious I shall never be the writer I long ago imagined I would someday become, I have found all the solace I need in his writings, so that I scarcely notice as my dreams depart one by one. With a celebratory dinner, an elegant 9-course meal served with perfect etiquette, I bid the last of them farewell. Years come and go, yet the past remains, a constant, undimming shadow. And so I have assembled a group and charged it with Calbet unwittingly protecting and preserving my hidden treasure. Behind the Dupin grate, the Blackwoods chant shall someday reveal what history deemed lost, but only after someone's dogged curiosity and capacity for clear thought have proved that person to be worthy of the honor. I can do nothing more. Other Poe stories. Cat Moon. That's a cute little picture. Hang on a second. Okay. Creepy. Okay.
Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off yet.
Thought I heard kitty.
That's done. Still have to do that.
Still have to do that. Alright, so let's go check out the cellar. Oops. Because we didn't get to fully look at this. Oh yeah, we were reading about the states. And we finished... We were in the middle of the southeast. Okay. New Orleans, Georgia's Atlanta offer a contrast to the bayous of Mississippi and the gators of Alabama found in between. Midwest, also known as the Heartland. The Midwest's strong agricultural roots have influenced its growth and culture, and the region is famous for its no-nonsense, down-to-earth mentality. Oh, I should live in the Midwest. What am I doing? The area is home to the Great Lakes, including Lake Superior, the largest freshwater lake in the world, 4 states, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin, as well as the largest city in the Midwest, Chicago, are bordered by Lake Michigan. Great Plains. Separating the mountain region from the Midwest, the grasslands of the Great Plains begin in North Dakota and stretch south to Nebraska. The plains' strategic geographic location produces some of the most unique weather on the planet, from whiteout blizzards to devastating tornadoes. Once the grazing fields of millions of bison, these agricultural states were the sites of frequent clashes between pioneering homesteaders and Native American tribes. Interesting. Mountain region. Oh my goodness. Home to the Rocky Mountains and the Continental Divide, this region is all about the great outdoors with 14,000 plus foot peaks, old mining towns, captivating natural vistas, and abundant wildlife. Yellowstone, the nation's first national park, located primarily in the northwest corner of Wyoming, but extending into Montana and Idaho as well, is renowned for its geothermal activity. Other notable national parks include Glacier, Grand Teton, Mesa Verde, Rocky Mountain, Great Sand Dunes, and Arches National Monument. Southwest. The arid Southwest boasts the nation's largest state, Texas, and the longest canyon, Arizona's Grand Canyon. Native American cultures still abound in the region and influence its local economies. Admitted to the Union after 1900, Arizona, New Mexico, and Oklahoma are the nation's newest states, bringing the total to 48. West. With 3 states bordering the ocean, the West lies along the explosive Pacific Ring of Fire. Active volcanoes populate the scenic Cascade Mountain Range, including Washington's Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens, Oregon's Mount Hood and South Sister, and California's Mount Shasta and Lassen Peak. Their destructive force, disguised as majestic glacier-capped peaks, these volcanoes patiently bide their time, certain to eventually come to life once more. Territories. In addition to the admitted states, other regions are tied to the United States. The following comprise the U.S. territories: Alaska, Hawaii, American Samoa, Guam, Panama Canal Zone, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Fabulous. Okay, so that's everything that was over here. Wait, the nation's largest state is now Texas? Yeah, I thought it was, wasn't it California? I thought it was California. What is this? Oh. There's a puzzle to this that I absolutely hate. Pretty sure. We're not going to touch that right now. What is this? Can we not look at anything else? Is that it?
Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off yet.
We found that?
Still have to do that.
Silverware.
Still have to do that.
Find a way to the locked classroom. See if there's a book. This is what the letters and numbers on those lampshades mean. Okay.
Haven't done that.
Squirrel.
Can't check that off yet. Still have to do that.
Oh, wow. So we have so much to do right now. But I'm not going to play too much longer. Oh. It's Alaska. Oh, it's Alaska. That's right. I didn't know this was set in the past. That's right. Alaska's huge.
I can't reach. If I want to go after that squirrel, I'm going to have to find another way to get up into this tree.
Well, we're going to get a demerit if we try to climb the tree, Nancy. No, I don't. I'm trying to look at this. Oh, that actually opened it. Checked out to El Yada. So we need that. Alright, so we can't take those. Yeah, we need to somehow get in there. I think we need to talk to Leela.
Hey, what's going on?
Do you think I could borrow the old menu that you borrowed from the display case in the foyer?
Yeah, in fact, I got it right here. I needed it for this lame nutrition paper I had to write. I keep forgetting to put it back.
We're gonna have to beat her at a game.
Let me guess.
Aren't
I
we?
have to beat you at a game.
Sneaking into
Air
law
hockey
classroom
or
and going to
scram?
the tree
You
needs
get
to
to
be at
pick.
night, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. Ooh, what would we... I'd rather play
Scram.
Scram, to be
That's
honest.
the spirit.
Okay. So we're scoring first, looks like. Don't get the bullseye. Aww. Okay, so we can still get the... Should I go for the 25? I feel like I should. It's hard to get, though.
Rats.
Rats. Alright, she got it anyway. Okay, 13. Where's 13? There you are.
I did it!
Ah. 10.
All right!
I feel like we're not doing so great this time.
Bingo!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right!
Yeah, I don't think we did so great this time.
Nuts.
Oops.
Oh yeah.
You missed. You missed again. Alright. Okay.
I did it! That works.
Sure does, Nance.
Yes.
She's already beating us. It's okay.
Bingo!
Yeah, keep getting that 8.
That works.
Oh, she's
Nailed it!
so gonna beat us.
I win, you lose.
All right, let's play
Wanna
again.
play again?
Yep.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Don't get the 50. Alright, we just gotta
Bingo!
get the 50, like, all the times. All the times!
Yes!
How did she get so high? I don't know. I don't know how we got so low either. Alright, so the 50's taken. So, let's get that 25.
Missed.
You missed.
I did it!
Yeah, sure did.
Rats.
She's so high, high above me. She's so lovely.
I did it!
Okay. Yeah, we're doing way better this time. Much better.
Gosh, I'm good.
Yeah, well, you know what, Layla? I'm better. Or Leela, sorry. Not Layla.
That works.
You missed. Missed again.
That works.
That's a 3? Seriously? Okay. We're gonna win this one. I feel it. I feel it.
Yes!
Oh, our turn.
Bingo!
Bingo! Not a 3. Hashtag hex. Okay.
All right!
Nailed it.
Nailed it!
Yes. Why is she going for the 4? Oh, she was going for the 13. I was like, what?
I did it! That works.
Sure does.
Nailed it!
Okay.
That works. All right.
Oh, we're gonna have to do 2
Yes.
more.
Missed.
That works.
Again. Get those ones. You missed.
You
That
beat me.
works.
Nice job.
Thanks.
There's the menu.
Thank you.
Need anything else?
Nope.
I'll let you go.
Hit 'em hard.
And on that note, I think we're gonna end it there. Been streaming for exactly as long as I wanted to, and we've done a lot. We still have plenty to do. So we'll continue this next weekend. But I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out and lurking and chatting and doing all those good things that you guys do. I so very much appreciate everything, all the hosts and follows and just hanging out, playing some Nance. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great weekend and a good week ahead. Stay safe, please. I'm going to save it real quick before I forget. And I will catch you all on the next one. Bye, guys.